Hey guys, let's talk about last night's episode of Chicago Fire. And I know that this was going to be the season fall finale, and it was a good episode. Like I said, this show is always all comes down to family, and Firehouse 51 is all about family. It doesn't matter if you're related, it doesn't matter if you're on the outs with anybody, they are all one big family. And this episode, there was the threat that they were all going to be torn apart and be put on different assignments thanks to Gail, but that quickly changed, and we love it. So pretty much Mills used the influence of his girlfriend, who is now politically associated with, I believe he's the senator of of Chicago, and they were able to get her to reverse her closing of Firehouse 51 because she really didn't have the jurisdiction to do it. And that pretty much summed up that case. But it was awesome to see the look on her face, the fact that she lost, and that she was pretty much going to have to go away with her tail between her legs. She's been a thorn in their side, and now she is gone. And it was great to see that happen. Elsewhere in the episode, we have our Casey and Dawson, who, to me, finally got what we've been waiting for the last season and a half. And when I said in my last review that I hope that they weren't going to just throw some angst at them right away and that they were going to be able to, enjoy being a couple because we've waited so long, of course, what happened? They threw angst at them immediately. So back in season 1, I guess Dawson had applied to be a fireman, and she just received the news that she has been accepted to be part of the, I guess, recruits. And, she's deciding whether or not she's going to actually do it. And when she goes to Casey to ask him for his advice, he's a little bit, apprehensive to say, yeah, this is great, go for it. He's more like, why don't you go and ask some of the other female firefighters how they feel, take your time, because I thought, when you first started, you were applying to be a cop and all this kind of stuff. So Dawson's kind of a little bit wishy-washy in terms of what, or no, sorry, not that she wanted to be a cop, but that she wanted to be a doctor. And she's been a bit wishy-washy in terms of what she wants to do. But, I still feel like her reaction to his reaction was like, oh, well, aren't you going to support me in this? And he really wasn't kind of like guns blazing, like this is great news. He was more like, I don't know if this is really what you should be doing. And so, of course, by the end of the episode, she agrees that she's going to actually take this training course, and he doesn't look very pleased. But you know what? It's her decision if she wants to do this. And, one thing we know about Dawson is she is tough as nails. She is ready to fight tooth and nail for anything she wants. So I can see her being very successful in this. Now, of course, it's going to draw problems between the two of them, which drives me crazy. But, what is a show when everything is sunshine and roses, I guess. Other stuff that was going on, we had Jeff, who pretty much he's gone back to his wife, but his wife has still got some entanglements with this guy that she was seeing. He borrowed like $2,000, and at the beginning of the episode, he came in and was being a real douche to Jeff and everybody in the bar, and was like, oh, you can either give me the money or we chalk this up as like a transaction between a man and a whore. Like, so he was just really unpleasant. And of course, Jeff is like, the next time I see you, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. Boom, the dude ends up dead. So now, of course, Dawson's brother is there to ask him questions. And at the end of the episode, he's pretty much getting hauled off and they're arresting him. Not good news for him. And also, I forgot, on the Casey front, at the end of the episode, we had this huge, massive fire in this building. And it was not good. It was engulfed in flames. There was people trapped inside. And of course, Casey, being like the awesome fireman that he is, he goes back in to get the baby, and he gets trapped in the fire. A beam falls down on him, and it, obviously does something to him very severely. They rush him to the hospital, and now he's going into surgery. And it's sad, and it's another thing that these firemen go through all the time. Like, they are risking their lives for us, and they're putting themselves on the line for us and to save us. And, it was a great way to go out showing, again, what it's all about. Yes, they're all one big family, so anytime any of them are hurt or injured, everybody feels the effect of that. And while they're sitting in the waiting room waiting on the news, Mills, who's been sort of going through his own transition a little bit in this season and was accepted into the police academy last episode or the episode before, he's sitting there and all of a sudden he says, "I'm a fireman. I just want everybody to know that I am a fireman." And it was sort of one of those moments where I think he had clarity as to what it is that he wants to do for the rest of his life. So, it's brotherhood, sisterhood to the end. And that's one of the things I really love about this show. It's quiet, it's got big moments, but at the end of the day, it's about family. And I think they really always do a good job with showing that at the end of the day. So that's pretty much what happened on this episode of Chicago Fire. It was good. It was a nice, quiet mid-season finale with a nice little cliffhanger with how is Casey gonna turn out at the end of all of this. But I can't wait to see what happens when it returns back after the new year. All right, guys, that's been my review of Chicago Fire. I'll see you next week. Bye.